In week 4, we learned about recursion, and basically in recursion, it's basically like a if-else statements. Yeah, it's basically like a loop, but it's something, in some cases, is more efficient than if you use the if-else statement. With recursion, it's a lot more compact, and it's just overall easier in a sense because you have to code certain, like, it's a smaller code, but at the same time you have to make a more detailed blueprint because since it's so compact, it has to be precise. I think what helped me the most this week was, again, watching your videos. The videos were very helpful because first we're learning about mystery, the recursion tracing, and I felt like that was really helpful because, like, at first I didn't really understand how to do the mysteries, but after you were showing us in the videos how to do it and how when you do come to a mystery question and there's multiple parts, for example, there's multiple parts as the end, you have to figure out the answer to that end over and over again into the very end, and then you start adding on to the system dot out dot print if there's another line to it. Also in practice it, there's vowels to end, and I felt like those are one of the questions that was pretty hard for me too, but as you dove into it, it got a little bit easier because you started to understand that, oh, in the beginning you just have to have a base code, or basically the base, which is so that when you do have the recursion, or when you do start coding out recursion, the base is what basically stops the recursion, and then the else keeps the recursion going until it hits the base. Like, for example, it would be if n equals 0, that's when it would stop, when n equals 0. And then for the else statement, you would have n minus 1, because say you have n equals 3, you plug in 3 to the n, and then it'll keep on subtracting 1 until it gets to 0, and then it prints out the 0 statement, and then it prints out the ends. I felt like this week I didn't really learn much about how to use it with arrays, even though that's what we had to do in practice it. I felt like I still had to go into arrays a little bit more, or array list, trying to use array list and recursion a little bit more. This week I also tried to make a planner, like just writing out how my week should look, and the to-do list on basically what I should do. I felt like I was able to, once I was able to check off what I needed to do that day, it felt really rewarding because I was able to do what I said I was gonna do. And usually before I would just think in my head what I should do during the week, but I didn't feel like that kept me on track because it would just be in my head. But as I wrote it out, it helped me out a lot more. This week I also try to do practice it more. But practice it this week was pretty difficult because it's recursion and you have 20 questions, and that's why it was difficult. Next week I'm gonna keep on doing the same thing. I feel like what I'm doing with the planner is really good because I'm able to see what I should be doing during the week, and also I've been writing down notes about what I've been learning so I can go back to it for making this video, and also to just study for the final basically. And yeah, hopefully next week is even better than this week, and I hope you have a nice day.